This is Unfiltered,
the talk radio show giving you real opinions about real issues for real.
Call us toll free at 877-CHAT-212.
That's 877-242-8212.
Lil Ern here. Hump Day, Wednesday, April 28th, 2010. How is everybody? My voice may sound a little weird. I am suffering from, I don't know, an acute case of bronchitis, an upper respiratory infection. But you know what? Drugs are sometimes good things. Called the doctor, got my script called in, been taking the Z-Pack. Well, you know, you have 5 days to do it. I took my 2 pills earlier today. I almost wasn't going to do a show, but I said, no, I'm here for the listeners, for the fans, so we're going to make this happen together. I've got my cup of water right here. I might have to utilize this from time to time, so bear with me. And I've got to tell you, like, as you can see if you're looking at me, I am kind of a thin person. I've got these beastly sneezes, like you would think they were coming out of, I don't know, Jesse the Body Ventura. So if I have to do that, you will get to know what it's like to sit through a Lil Ern sneeze. Now, if you're looking at me, you know, I cook every Sunday. I think I've told people that that I do that. Every Sunday I fix a huge meal. Many times it's Italian. I've always told people that I'm an honorary Italian. All my Italian friends have allowed me into the tribe, and I noticed something that I do. This is stereotypical, but Italians say they speak with their hands. I do that all the time. I caught myself doing that, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Why am I bringing this up? I don't know. I was just watching some of our YouTube stuff, and I noticed that I was always using my hands, but I just like to express myself. So I hope that is okay with everybody because it's something I do, and frankly, I'm not going to change that. So, had to put that out there, and I'm going to be kind of sedate tonight because as I was just speaking, putting in inflection, I realized I was about to cough, and I don't want to have a coughing fit on everybody out there. Speaking about looking at stuff online, you can follow us, twitter.com/unfiltered show. I actually have our Twitter account pulled up right now. Send me a comment via Twitter, twitter.com/unfiltered show. You can also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com, of course. Put Unfiltered into the search engine. Join our fan page. We're getting that out there, and we actually post information on our Facebook page before we even announce it on the show. And we even Twitter stuff before we announce it. Just a little incentive for you all to follow us. Now, it's just me tonight. Kaine is visiting Niagara Falls. Let's pray that he doesn't fall in. That would not be a good situation. We want Kaine to come back. But he's upstate in New York on the border between here and Canada at Niagara Falls. So I hope you're doing okay, Kaine. But don't worry, have no fear. Lil Ern will give you some words of wisdom as well. I know everybody likes to look forward to that. Speaking of being online, chataboutit.com, we have every show that we've ever done online. Obviously, I'm live right now. I am here in the flesh. We're doing this live. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We do this live. Now, after we do our show live, it lives on forever in cyberspace on chataboutit.com. Every show we've ever done is there, so you can check us out there. Speaking of that, I wanted to let everybody know, actually a cool thing, Todd Bridges, we spoke to him, I don't know, it was maybe a month ago, and we were speaking with Todd about his book, Killing Willis. A lot of interesting information there, crazy story. He was actually on Oprah Winfrey today. Haven't had a chance to speak about, or not to speak about, I haven't had a chance to check out that clip. Oprah's been really nailing down some really big guests here in the past couple of months. She was on the show, so make sure that you check out his interview with Oprah, and remember that you can also check out our interview with Todd. In fact, our interviews with anybody online at the chataboutit.com website. Do a search, put in the name. If it's Cornel West, Todd Bridges, Ivanka Trump, You can also just go through there and search around, and it's very, very easy to see the people because our producers here are so excellent. They've got everything highlighted very, very clearly about the contents of those interviews that are up there. So check out our Todd Bridges interview that we did a while back. And like I said, I think it was a month ago. He was on Oprah. Well, you know what? When I get sick, on Monday I was saying I was so hungry. I was in a bitchy mood. I'm sick right now. And so that makes me in a bad mood. It just, when you're not feeling well, you just get a little bit angry. And so I've got this anger thing going on. So we know what that means. We're going to put somebody in the dungeon. We're going to do this right now. Let's turn this up. This story has broken across the nation. It's actually right here out of New York City. We're going to put a couple of people in the dungeon tonight. Good Samaritan by the name of Hugo Alfredo Telyax came to the United States to work, send money back home. He's from Guatemala. He wanted to work here in the United States. He was doing that, sending money back to Guatemala so his parents could buy a bigger piece of land for their farm. Now, he was also homeless. Very sad story. 31 years old. He was homeless. Out of New York, he saw a woman being mugged. He gets up. Now, this video is all over the internet if you want to look this up. He gets up and he helps the woman who was being mugged. She ends up being okay while the mugger proceeds to stab Hugo repeatedly. He stumbles over, and again, this is all on video, falls down on the street. And it's on a surveillance video. It was outside of an apartment building. There's lots of cameras around everywhere in our nation, in our fine, free nation. There's tons of video cameras around. But particularly in New York City, lots of video cameras. So a surveillance video shows him stumbling to the ground. And then what's really, really crazy is people were walking past him. Nobody helped him. He laid there for like an hour and a half before somebody finally called 911. Numerous people passed him. This is all on this surveillance camera. Very, very sad. The last that was said was that the mugger was still unidentified and also his attacker. Hugo died being a good Samaritan, a homeless person from Guatemala who just came here, who wanted to make some money so his family could get a bigger farm. He could return back home and help them out. Good Samaritan helps out a woman who's being attacked. He himself becomes attacked, dies. Now, the perpetrator of this crime, again, not been caught, not been charged, but we're charging him right now on Unfiltered tonight. You're going in the dungeon, unidentified man who stabbed Hugo repeatedly because you, unidentified man, was mugging a young lady. So you know what? That's right. We know where you're going, unidentified man. You're going into the dungeon. And you know what? You will be caught. I just hope you know that. If you're listening right now, wherever you are, you will be caught. When you do things like this, you don't get away with them. So you will eventually be caught. And then when you're caught, you're still going to be in the dungeon. That's where you're going right now. You're not getting out. We will name you. We will name you on Unfiltered whenever you are caught, which is going to be, I would think, in the next week. Your time is running out. So you're in the dungeon. You don't stab people. You just don't do that. You don't do that at all.